Hi guys, welcome to the channel. So today we are going to start with the topic of absorption and intensity shifts. So we are going to talk about four shifts. So these four shifts will be hyperchromic shift, hypochromic shift, bathochromic shift and hypsochromic shift. First will be hyperchromic shift, second will be hypochromic shift, bathochromic shift and hypsochromic shift. So we need to study about these four shifts, right? So we will talk about them one by one in elaborate way, but just to give you a glimpse, in case of hyperchromic shift, lambda max shifts towards higher intensity. In case of hypochromic shift, just the opposite. Lambda max shifts to lower intensity. Now talking about bathochromic and hypsochromic shift. In bathochromic shift, lambda max shifts towards longer wavelength. And in hypsochromic shift, just the opposite, lambda max shifts to smaller wavelength. Now this is just a glimpse about these four types of shifts. We will study about them one by one. So moving ahead with the hyperchromic shift. So first we are going to talk about the hyperchromic shift. In hyperchromic shift, the lambda max will shift towards higher intensity. So this is what we have discussed in hyperchromic shift. Lambda max shifts to higher intensity. So if we want to take an example for this, then let's take an example. Suppose we have pyridine. This is pyridine. It has lambda max of 257 nanometer and epsilon max of 2750. Now if we take the compound, and we have extra methyl group here. In this case we have lambda max of 262 nanometer and epsilon max of 3660. So in this case we are going to find the hyperchromic shift. So here E max has increased from this to this and the lambda max has shifted towards the higher intensity because of this extra methyl group. This is an example of hyperchromic shift. Now we will move on to the second one, that is hypochromic shift. Now second is the hypochromic shift. In this what happens, lambda max shifts to lower intensity Now let's take an example for this. Suppose we have some biphenyl. For this we have lambda max of 250 nanometer and epsilon max of 19,000. Now take a biphenyl with methyl substitution. Here. In this case we get lambda max of 237 nanometer with epsilon max of 10250. This is example of hypochromic shift. Now these are two of the shifts out of the 4. Now we are remaining with the bathochromic and hypsochromic shift that we will discuss in the next video. So far I hope this video was a little bit helpful for you. So far that's it for this video. Thank you so much for watching.